I got Brett over here with the Insurance Nerds Attachment Point News Roundtable. I got Alex Maffeo of Boost Insurance out of New York, who's just running awesome projects. They're part of some great companies, love like Paladin, and I look forward to hearing about some of the other ones that they've powered. But recently Alex and I have kind of hopped in on Twitter, talked about WeWork, where those guys are going sideways. I'm always curious about the founder versus the builder versus the operator. And it seems like WeWork kind of hit the rails right now. So Alex, how are you? How's everything going on your end? And
yeah,
exciting times.
Things are great. Thanks for having me. We're rocking and rolling over at Boost now, and it's been a fun ride up to now, and it's gonna be a crazy 2020 for us. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think you guys are in an awesome spot. We'll definitely have to get into the weeds on it, but the ecosystem has to change, and you're right in the middle of all that infrastructure, which is phenomenal. Yeah, Paladin's one of the companies. By now I recognized a few others that were really
good. So we currently actually have 6 customers right now. We consider the distribution partners like a Paladin to be our customer, right? So we have 6 current customers right now. We've only announced 2 of them, but we have a couple rollouts that are scheduled for the fourth quarter. It's not only InsurTech startups. We have 2 really different types of customer channels that we look at. One is the InsurTech startup, and the other is any other type of technology company that wants to offer insurance to their customers. So we'll be rolling out partnerships in both of those customer segments over the course of the next,
So I've heard when infrastructure changes, like new winners emerge, and basically like how insurance is getting done is starting to look very different. So it seems like players that are embracing that next round, are going to be in good position. And then also like that adaptive.
We're the picks and shovels. We want to sit behind these guys and let them build on top of our rails. That's essentially the game plan, and let them focus on growing their business and their customer, their product, and their data, and we'll handle the back end boring stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, you know how to build the pipes. Yeah, so Fineo, who I'm helping come to the U.S. from Canada quietly, like not officially here yet, but their premise is easy application delivery of term, critical illness, and disability, and building out the API pipes, having one marketplace with a simplified app that can deliver multiple products instead of one paper app here, one follow-up app on paper. If that doesn't work out, you got to apply to a whole new company. So it's been really fun to be around that ecosystem. And then, like all good insurance nerds, I found a buddy on Quora who happened to live an hour away from me that was interested in APIs like 2 years ago. So we're poking around the space there too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, I think there's huge opportunity in the life insurance and retirement space. It's a completely different animal, so we're not equipped to handle those types of programs at the moment. But I think there's a massive opportunity for a company like that. For sure.
Those guys have been nice to me. I told them I was a P&C guy. I was like, but I'm licensed and I'm willing to help. So they've been teaching me the ropes a little bit. It's kind of fun to touch different parts of the ecosystem and see what's emerged and what changes happen and what change still needs to kind of take place in different portions.
Yeah.
But the fun thing I wanted to rant on was WeWork. So my 2 cents is you can't win all the way around. You can't be selfish and like try to trademark the name, try to lease the buildings from you. I think you have to leave something on the table. And that's where it just seemed like Adam Newman was kind of a little bit out of control, just kind of out of touch right now. And he was saying he's been humbled by the whole thing. We'll see kind of what happens. And they are the 10,000 pound gorilla. I don't think they're going anywhere. It's just interesting to watch a guy who's a great founder, maybe start the build, struggle to get into that operator role.
Right. Yeah. I mean, well, bubbles don't always pop. Sometimes they just deflate a little bit, right?
Okay,
so
fair enough.
Maybe they got a little over their skis on valuation and things like that. But the problems that you see, at least the gossip you hear about the founders and things like that, some of it doesn't sit well with me. Some of it's understandable. I mean, you have to be inherently kind of like a dreamer to be a founder of a company, especially a company that's doing things completely differently or really creating markets, right? I mean, it takes a good healthy amount of crazy to be able to pull something like that off. Yeah. But the selfishness aspect on top is something that doesn't sit well with me as a founder. I take an employees first approach with everything I do here. I don't want to. I pick myself last. It's one of those things where it's not the right thing to do. You're not supposed to be licensing out the naming rights of your own company to yourself. I mean, it's just insane. Those types of things. And I also come from the investor background, so I'm used to seeing things from the other side. where the entire purpose of a company is to create shareholder value. So you should probably be focusing on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I did want to bug you on that. So your background was as a VC, and then you saw an opportunity to kind of make an infrastructure play, or what kind of inspired you to jump into Boost?
Yeah, so I was at a firm called IA Capital Group here in New York. It's one of the few that's really focused exclusively on fintech and insurtech specifically as an area of expertise. And I got dragged into some like really traditional insurance investments like balance sheet companies in the early days, kind of outside of our funds. But once this, so I got a nice core experience in the nuts and bolts of insurance. But then once this insurtech thing really started to come to the surface, you're talking like 3.5, 4 years ago or so, we were uniquely positioned to execute like an earlier stage strategies. So one of the things I identified was the fact that the path to market for new products specifically, and also just generally product or distribution focused insurtech startups was just far too long, far too slow, and the natural kind of like risk aversion of the insurance industry prevented new products from being experimented and tested live.
Yeah, it's super interesting for me. I think we're the same age, more or less. I'm 34. I grew up in a moving company, so we're talking, carbon paper, typewriters, sometimes fax machines. So when I moved into insurance, being in Internet Explorer, being in Chrome, having a spreadsheet of logins, whatever, it wasn't anything that shocked me. But thinking about the next generation and recruitment and everything else, they're not going to want to deal with cumbersome, clunky systems. We're having to change the ecosystem in real time. And even, I was cold calling today. I still do commercial insurance work during the day. And, our first pass, our easier systems are going to deliver A-rated paper. And if that doesn't work, we start busting out the Accords and the supplementals. But the next generation is not going to be living in that, But yeah, and I'm really excited for you guys at Boost. And then, Fineo, they're structured to come down. They've done really well up in Canada. They're partnered with Hub, and they have a few other great partners up there, and just really trying to make life easy on the advisors. The premise is being bionic, still believing that you need the person there for guidance, but it's a B2B2C play. So making everything, even on the back end, as easy as you expect in a business to consumer environment. I think it's going to be the need going forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really to create a more efficient delivery of the back end, right? I mean, we don't have any front end interface. We're never going to touch the customer. We are a silent back end partner for anybody that wants to sell insurance. So that could be a human broker or agent, right? You would think that any future agency or brokerage is going to be somewhat technology enabled going forward in this day and age. So they're going to want a more tech friendly insurance partner behind them. So we're just building that infrastructure for the future of distribution. That's it.
It's kind of funny. I still have my single shingle for personal lines, and I have some click-throughs. You can go get like a clear cover quote. You can get your own HIPPO quote. Ladders on there right now.
Cool. We have some products you should be shilling.
Yeah, absolutely. 110%. I'll definitely put there. And then if you need, it's on Squarespace. I mean, it's easy to hop in and code up anything. But they are actionable now. Some people do run through them, but I think it's almost a badge of being technologically savvy and aware that you have those capabilities. I think when people go to your site, that's partly how I ended up working with Fineo, just because my own stuff was set up pretty clean. They thought I would get it, so they reached out. But I think, going forward, it's going to need to look clean. You're going to have those things around.
Definitely.
Yeah. How about like the carriers? It's interesting seeing them start to want to change, but not really knowing where to go forward. And it's fun to see the ones that have, the venture funds. You kind of take that as a little flag, like, we're interested. We want to, we want to grow and be different.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely like trying to teach your parents how to use Snapchat or Instagram or something sometimes. It's bringing them into a world that wasn't theirs, but
definitely true.
Yeah.
Yes, we take a little bit of a unique approach versus some of the other insurtechs out there, where we were pretty careful and mindful about the partners that we went to market with on the insurance side. So we don't want to like kind of get hooked on I say you get hooked on the heroin of licensing your tech out to the incumbents or what have you. That's not our business model. We're not a SaaS company. What we did was put together an insurance platform, with the #1 fronting carrier out there, State National, and 3 global reinsurers that are forward-thinking and open-minded: Markel, Renaissance Re, and and Nafila. And we created a really collaborative structure where we're working together. It's not them telling us what to do. It's not us shoving things down their throat. We're just working together to support what we think are the most innovative insurance programs out there. So we don't want to have too many cooks in the kitchen where all of a sudden you have like 16 different carriers kind of telling you to create this new product or what have you every 2 minutes. So we take a really deliberate approach in all of this.
I think it's super smart, and it's an industry built on get rich in your niche. I kind of run into that problem right now with, so I split my time between helping Fineo, then my buddy's got a pretty robust benefits brokerage, and I've been helping him round out the PNC. And, but yeah, I get all types of clients. You end up working on all sorts of weird things, everything, especially when you're getting going, everything's like, you're getting the kind of leftover goofy stuff that you're chewing on. It just eats up so much time when you have to think through something that's not in your wheelhouse.
Like we talk to brokers all the time. They're one of the weird proof of concepts that I did not expect at all this early in Bruce's life cycle was the amount of engagement we've gotten from the traditional brokers and agencies out there that come to us, and they're sick of doing exactly what you described, which is like comparing 1,000 different products for all of the carriers that they're appointed with, and finding the best fit for their clients. So they just want us to create a product that they know fits their client base. It is highly tailored to that, and we've actually started working with a couple of those larger brokerages.
Yeah, I just, it's maybe 6 months ago, started seeing brokers at InsurTech events, and I was like, damn, they figured out my trick. Be friends with all these guys, get the inside scoop early on what's coming. But agents are starting, especially younger agents, guys my age are, starting to kind of put their toe out there and see how all of our stuff is working. I was helping out with a data visualization startup like 4 years ago that didn't work out, but that kind of got me a toe in the water for startups. And then I used to do office relocation, super random, but I got licenses in insurance as a way to see where the deals were coming. I thought if I could insure the space, I know where the project was, and then insurance just looked way better overall. It's hard though, man. It's interesting. I thought everyone looked sleepy on the commercial side, but moving that paper, getting the deals, it's definitely a monster.
I mean, that's real. That's big boy insurance. That's chunky, high risk stuff, but it's important and it's critical to business owners' lives, right? So but it's complicated.
Oh, it's fun. Insurance is cool. There are very few industries where you can make a lot of money and you're doing a general good and help keep society's wheels turning. So we're from New York originally. I saw, Columbia, you've been working out there since, but where'd you grow up?
I'm a tri-state area guy, but if you can't tell, I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
People say it's tattooed in my forehead. Yeah, so I grew up in New Jersey, and I went to Columbia for undergrad.
Cool.
Played soccer there 4 years, and then lived in the city ever since. So I basically started IA right out of school. So the VC kind of fintech, InsurTech game is just all I know.
Man, that's great.
Yeah.
I grew up like edge of LA County, could see downtown, on a clear day. But yeah, I was SoCal guy. Just keep creeping towards the water, North Orange County, now South Orange County.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for you.
I'm not complaining.
Great if you want.
Yeah.
LA, New Jersey, same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I think it's an incredibly exciting time to be in the space. It's insane that, majority of the people working in it are 60. I'm repeating what everyone else knows. So workforce can be smaller. Tech's going to have to do more parametric insurance, like claims, instant kind of claims assistance. I mean, there's just exciting stuff to see what we can do.
We're finding our team here is really young, and we're finding a lot of really young talent within insurance companies. And I mean, that's where we're getting them from. So they're there, and they have to be nurtured within those organizations, or we're just going to take them. It's just one of those things. They want the right work environment, the right culture internally, and things like that. And sometimes those types of environments aren't the right fit for young people.
They're going to start trying, but any change at scale of thousands of employees is going to take a little while to turn over. And I just think you got to be comfortable seeing that work can be different, that it doesn't necessarily have to be 8 to 5. It doesn't necessarily have to be consistent meetings. You can keep track of things, through Google or whatever else. And I think we're starting to see that. We're more about outcome than, just checking boxes these days. I think to stay competitive. But yeah, so it's fun. But yeah, so I had a year of personal lines experience where I was networking to my old commercial leads to bring in commercial. And then I was around like a leads company for a minute, then like a supplemental benefits spinoff for a minute. And then I just missed insurance. So I had to get back to it. But it's kind of funny.
What's your core product now? What are you looking at?
I've been marketing my buddy's benefits hard just because he's so good at it. Gives away a ton of tech, a ton of HR services. So I'm leading with that and then rolling in the PNC from there. But the wedge, a friend had me read The Wedge, which is like a classic insurance sales book. It's like, what can you do to kind of get the competition out of the way? And
Oh yeah.
since we're better at
Benefit
benefits.
space is really interesting right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity there to create new products for kind of like the modern employee. We're actually, one of our customers that we haven't announced yet is working on a really interesting
Cool.
product in the parental leave space.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting. Like trying to better understand the financial impact of employees taking meaningful leave, which they should be entitled to. So it's one of those things. There's a cultural shift, and someone needs to account for how that affects the business. So we're working on a product like that right now.
I'm a slight workaholic. I mean, I just enjoy working on cool stuff. And I think I replaced sports competing with like business competing.
Yeah.
I wonder too, like parental leave, like I definitely would take time, but part of me would be like, all right, what can I do for my computer to still be helpful? I think I would take like 3/4 parental leave for, a third longer,
I don't have any kids yet, and I'm a psychopath and I work 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
But everyone tells me that that changes.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
People have to, life happens, right? And as an employer, you have to allow people to have their life happen. So these benefits types of arrangements that are changing, I think are for the better.
I just feel like it's such a litigious society where like if it's supposed to be 8 weeks, like they won't even let you touch your email or something. I'm like, well, for the first 2 weeks for sure, but
we're working on an EPL opportunity right now too, and it's quite interesting to see how that market's been moving lately.
No, but my best friend had his first daughter like 2 years ago. I've never seen the guy cry before. That was the first time I've seen him cry. So I think it works.
Don't name names.
He's a maniac. Yeah. No, he runs a 200-person machine shop. Grew up with him. Great dude. So it's just funny. I was like, yeah, I can confirm. He's a different dude after that.
Yeah.
I've never seemed like scared of anything.
I know it's weird. It was weird, like see my buddies who I'm used to like going out drinking with me, like Goo Goo and Gaga, and get a baby, but it happens, and good for them.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, my wife's in grad school. I'm around all sorts of small business startup stuff right now. We're definitely kind of just pedal to the metal right now, and there'll definitely be time.
Yeah, totally. My wife and I joke that we have one very high maintenance baby, and its name is Boost.
Yeah, exactly. Growing a business, the government uses it as a separate entity, so there you go.
Sure.
It's funny. One of my good buddies, one guy who I rap with a lot out of New York too, is a guy named Chris who works with Attune. Those guys are doing some cool stuff right next door to you. Might have to introduce you to him. He's a nice guy. But yeah, New York's got a great, Silicon Alley. You guys are doing really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, there's tons of activity here. It's really great. I love being in New York, but we're looking at different markets to open up a second office as well. Yeah. So there's pockets all over the country right now that are emerging. So we want to get into one of those markets soon.
Pretty broker heavy in the Southwest. I don't really see infrastructure. It's just too expensive to have like major infrastructure, but yeah, very broker heavy down here. San Diego's really nurturing for startups. LA is doing better. I'm around some guys in Orange County that are really trying hard. So it's fun to be a part of that scene.
Yeah. It's weird. Like when you're in InsurTech, you kind of want the hybrid of, tech plus insurance expertise within the area. It's tough to find, but there are pockets like you see like Columbus right now with
Columbus for sure.
Yeah, Columbus is booming right now for InsurTech with Root and Bull Penguin out there too. Utah is a good pocket to get some tech and engineering, fintech talent. Omaha.
There's clean living there too. People aren't getting as much trouble in Utah, so you got a bunch of party people focused.
Yes.
But yeah,
alcohol consumption in that state.
The cool thing about Orange County, not to be like biased or anything, but you're an hour plane flight and a 30-minute Uber to Silicon Valley, but it's not as crazy blown out as it is up there right now.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really live in San Francisco right now, so I don't. It's like you can't even get like a 1-bedroom apartment. I live in New York, and I'm saying that. That's
great. Yeah.
Really expensive.
Yeah. When I hear those figures, I don't cry about our little spot in East Side Costa Mesa. Yeah, but yeah, man, exciting stuff. Looking forward to continuing the conversation. I mean, I've sold just about every type of insurance at this point, and I understand tech and API. If I could ever, if you ever want 2 cents on anything, I think the distribution model sounds awesome.
All we do, we talk to folks that are known producers. They know how to do this, and we respect your opinions and definitely value your insight for sure.
I'll consider myself a known potential producer. I'm not sure if I totally earned it yet. We're getting there. Yeah. In a given month, like refer to in aviation, one to a buddy, like a $6 million house. There's a guy who built like tortilla manufacturing equipment, another guy who runs parking
Tortilla
lots.
manufacturing equipment.
Yeah, out of Garden Grove. That was awesome one. Father and
Cool.
son company,
Yeah.
That's the other cool thing about this job. You get to just, see the gut, see the financials, meet the owners, consider risk,
Yep.
a lot of fun stuff. And a lot of it comes down to like exit signs and fire extinguishers, just making sure, the building's sprinklered and, there's a security alarm there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're working on a lot of small commercial lines and stuff like that. So I definitely want to pick your brain on it. D&O, contractors, GL,
Yeah.
EPL, stuff like that. So we have a small cyber product that we can sell. There's a whole number of things that apply to these small businesses. So.
Oh, heck yeah. It's funny. When I was on the podcast with Kyle from ClearCover, I mentioned my blockchain idea. I'll throw this out there because I don't have any way to run with it right now. He said it wasn't big enough for the VC opportunity. But I was saying insurance certs for contractors because it's such a pain in the butt to see who has a policy in place, to get additionally insureds on there, to do whatever else. But if there's like a public record with some of the info blocked out, it's on a blockchain, you can tell when the policy is enforced, when it's off. That industry is just waiting for that change.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Well, yeah, I think I thought you were going with the crypto route, and I was excited because my next call is actually about crypto wallet insurance.
I think the functionality is there. And I'm a libertarian. Like I definitely get the idea of like a sound currency based digitally.
Yeah.
There was any uniformity to the projects. I just got scared off of crypto when like our office manager was asking how to buy it because she thought it was a good idea. Once everybody's in, it's like time to go.
What does it say? It's like it's time to sell stock when like the taxi driver gives you the hot tip or whatever.
Right, exactly.
Right.
What is it? The greater fool or the greatest fool or whatever. You just don't want to be,
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. I'm the kind of guy though who will like have a set amount playing poker. I'll like double up. I'll take my original money off the tip, or start playing blackjack.
Yeah, not me. I'm clearly an all-in type of guy. So
I'm
my
like
life is fine there.
I'm a tentative risk taker. I'm a risk taker, but I also know my bandwidth and my tolerance. My joke was if I ever want to really get drunk, I have to have like money in the bank, be arrested, and a friend around that's bigger than me. I was like, then I'll cut loose. But if I can't check those 3 boxes, gotta.
Well, we have InsurTech Connect out in Vegas next week, so he's gonna have to put an electric shock collar on me to keep me out of trouble.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm bummed I missed it this year, but for a good reason. One of the co-founders and the head of partnerships from Fineo will be out. We got to firm up a few things, so we got good activity here. But looking forward to it next year for sure.
Yeah, it's the Super Bowl of insurance groups.
Yeah, man. No, there'll be some great people out there. But yeah, man, I appreciate you taking the time today. And if I ever be assistance, definitely reach out. And looking forward to continuing the conversation. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Take care.